welcome to my channel or welcome back. My name is Alyssa and today I have an update for my Deck of Panning Project Pan. Deck of Panning is a project that was started by Emily of Emily and Max here on YouTube. The general idea is you have a deck of cards. Each card has a prompt assigned to it and most of the prompts rotate each month. This was based on a YouTube book type of not project panning, I don't know, just some sort of book prompt type thing as well. I guess like a TBR thing. That was from Books with Maddie, and Emily got permission to adapt it for makeup. So how this works is I'm going to update you on the items that I was working on this past month, and then I'm going to draw some cards and pick new items for those prompts. So let's get into it. So I'm going to have all the items with the pictures not up on the screen here. The first one was actually from the previous update. I had an eyeshadow that I wanted to use 30 times. I actually had two eyeshadows I was using 30 times or until I hit an empty, just because it was an out of your hands prompt and the votes were kind of split. So the other eyeshadow I had finished in 15 uses. And so this eyeshadow, I still haven't finished even with the 30 uses, but I did use it 30 times. It got basically, so it's called Star Sign from Terra Moons. And I used 26/100ths of a gram with those 30 uses. It is down to 1 6400 grams, and that includes the weight of the pan. So really it's not much left. And I have really loved using this eyeshadow. So even though I am almost done with it, it is an eyeshadow that I would consider repurchasing at some point. Not now, but in the future, if I wanted to place an eyeshadow order, I would definitely put that on the list. All right, that was the only holdover. Everything else was new from the last month. So I had, for the prompt Glittery, my Stone Vibes palette. This is actually in my Pan That palette. I had panned a palette already this year, and then I decided to start working on this one. And so my goal was just to have all of the eyeshadows at least 4 uses each. And that might not seem so hard, but with each of the eyeshadows, or most of the eyeshadows being these kind of unique sparkly shades, you don't want to necessarily layer a whole bunch of them at once. Like the mattes, you could use all the mattes in one look, but you're not going to want to use more than a couple of the sparkly shades. So I knew it would take me a little bit. And I've done that. Some of the shades took a little longer. Like I just finished with a couple, which is why I am filming this update now. But there's not a ton of product left, so hopefully this kind of helped me on my Pan That palette journey, just to keep motivating me to use it up. Next, for focus, I brought in my NYX Lip IV to use it 10 times because I am trying to make sure I'm using my lip products before they go bad. So this was fairly new for me, but yeah, I just wanted to use it. So after the 10 uses, that was 21/100ths of a gram that I used in that time. So I feel like that was pretty good. For a baby goal, I have my highlighter to use it 10 times. I only have one highlighter, like legit highlighter in my collection, not counting eyeshadows. And so for me, a baby goal for highlighter is 10 because normally I would say like use it 30 times or something like that. So I used 1/10 of a gram in those 10 uses. I did actually try some on my body while we were still in the warm weather type of time, but now it's, a little bit more covered up. Then for shame, I brought in my one blush that it's my only blush that doesn't have a pan on it, or pan showing for it. And, I'm trying to finish up another blush this year. So my other blushes haven't been getting a lot of use and I feel a little bit of shame towards that. So I'm like, let me use, this blush. It is my newest of my blushes, even though it's not that new anymore. But to use it 10 times. So I used 14/100ths of a gram with those 10 uses. And then finally, for brand I have the most from, I have a lot of eyeshadows from Sydney Grace, so I decided to pick one of them. I have a goal that I just started, so for me, I kind of feel like a school year is the start of a year more than like January, and so I wanted to like jumpstart a big project type of thing. And so what my big project for this school year time, and beyond, is to use all of my eyeshadows 10 times each, like every single one. And I don't know how long it'll take me, so that's why it's a big project. But yeah, I decided to give myself a jump start with this one eyeshadow anyway by using it 5 of the 10 times. So I did. I used just 5/100ths of a gram with those uses, but it's fine. I'm not trying to finish all the eyeshadows in this time. Just make sure felt like 10 uses in a year or so would be appropriate. And if it's taking me longer, then maybe I need to cut back on my eyeshadow. But yeah, so those were all my prompts. And now you're gonna see me immediately, but it's gonna be a little bit of time because the board hasn't been updated yet. So I have to wait for that, but you don't have to wait. They'll be right here. Okay, so here I am shuffling my cards. I only have one Joker in this deck because I don't know if this deck ever had more than that. This is my kids' one of their deck of cards, and we've had this since before my youngest was born, so it's possible there was another Joker at some point, and I just don't remember. We're not usually the type to lose cards or things like that. We hold on to things pretty well. Ooh. But yeah, it's sort of like a whole, I'm like, I don't know, one part of me feels like it only ever had one, but then that seems weird, but it was a McDonald's Happy Meal toy thing, so, maybe they did only include one Joker. I don't know. I was waiting a while to update because I kept thinking the board hadn't been updated, and I was looking at the 2024 board, so, that's always great. All right, so I am going to draw the 5 new cards and see what we get. Well, what I get. You're not actually doing this, but maybe you'll play along with me. All right, I have a Black King, which is focus. I have a Black Queen, which is pick your space, but it has to be of the clubs. A 7 of Spades, which astrology sign, so I might play around with that. I only have one thing. I have this pigment that's the crab, and that was for Cancer. Yeah, I feel like I want to do something else. I want to kind of like stretch it a bit because I always have to use that. So let me think about that one too. 7 of Hearts, which is out of your hands. All right, well, then I've got to get a vote going. And, no, hold on. Yes, the last one. 9 of Hearts matches nails. Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and pick these out. Okay, I am back. I've made some choices. And one choice is still being left up in the air. Maybe we'll start with that one. So for the out of your hands, I decided before I even had rolled anything or whatever, got cards, all that, I wanted to put a nail polish in if I could, just because I am also doing Nailopoly and doing nails that way, but I just kind of, I don't know, it's been going well, and I just wanted to add another nail polish to work on. So I'm having people right now vote on which of these 3 nail polishes they would like me to have. 2 of them are on the older side of my collection, and they both have a, lower fill line. Also, this brand, the nail polishes seem to be drying out faster than others, so I want to, oh, come on. I keep getting so many spam texts. It's really annoying. Okay. Yeah, so I want to make sure, since these are favorites, that they're getting used before they just go bad on me. So yeah, these 2 are from KB Shimmer. And, honestly, if one isn't picked, I just wore this one recently, but I haven't worn this one for a while, and that's a big favorite. So, maybe it'll get picked. The other one is, I'm still kind of on the fence with this. It's from Hello Taco. It's the Aurora Unicorn Skin. I still am trying to figure out the best way of getting to work, and I definitely feel like doing these projects is handy for that. Slightly off topic, but maybe not. Currently for Nailopoly, there's this one shade that I really didn't like of nail polish that I have, and I'm wearing it right now, and I actually really like it. I've found, because I've had to wear it, a certain number of times, and it's forced me to, play around, pair it with different things, and, finally I'm finding different, like I had one way I liked it, but that was it, but now I've found multiple ways to enjoy it, and that's great because that's what I want. I want to be able to actually enjoy the makeup I have. So that's what I'm kind of thinking too, like if I'm forcing myself to wear this one back to back with uses, then I will find the best way of wearing it. So yeah, we'll see. Whichever one people pick, I will be weighing the nail polish before I start using it, and I'm going to do 5 uses. I might not be able to get that done before the next update, but it's fine. We're near the end of the year. I'd rather kind of, get some good uses in on things. Then we'll go back to the top. So for Focus with the King, I have been doing lip products for most of the year for that. Maybe all the year, I don't know. I might have done eyeshadow some, but in general, I've been trying to do lips. So I wanted to pick something different, and I decided to bring in this Mario lip liner that I have. I want to use it 10 times. I have my current weight. I will weigh it after, but we'll see what 10 uses gets. Again, for all of these, I don't know if I will finish it in a month. I kind of went a little bit on the high side, and maybe they'll just be hanging on for longer. I will still pick 5 new cards next time, so I might just have a lot to be working on. Another one that is going to be 10 uses is this blush from e.l.f. I had repressed it, and so there's not a ton of it left. Again, I weighed it. We'll see after 10 uses what it is like. Technically, this is the shade Always Cheeky. You'll notice though, it's kind of weird. I didn't mix anything. You'll see in the picture too. It looks somehow like the pigment's kind of separated or something. It's weird. But it's still, like when I swatch it, it doesn't look like that on my finger. So yeah, but as we're getting into the colder months, this is definitely a better blush for me than some other options I have. And for astrology, I looked up, and according to the L'Oreal website, for a Cancer, I should be wearing pink eyes. So I do have lots of pinks in my collection, but as far as things that are getting old and needing to get their uses in before they go bad, I'm picking my Paradiso eyeshadow. It's sort of more of a magenta, not straight up what you might think of for pink, but it is a pink, and like I said, it's getting old. I'm trying to use all of my eyeshadows 10 times each, maybe within the year. This eyeshadow might get decluttered before I finish it up, but I'm going to try to use it 10 times and see how it is. And I mean, maybe if it's not working well, then I will stop before the 10 uses is done, or maybe at the end of 10 decide, how I feel about it, but 10 uses is the plan. For Matches Nails, that's our final one. So my nails are purple but shifty. I didn't have an exact, because I mean, it's like a mix of colors. I also have like multicolored glitters and stuff. So what I decided to do was I'm again picking another older product, this Magenta Dreams eyeshadow. I technically have its dupe from the same brand, and I'm going to use it 10 times. This might be, again, one that needs to get decluttered because it's, getting older, not working as well. So we'll find out. But yeah, so I guess you can kind of see the theme. I mean, other than this lip liner isn't really old, but it's hanging around. The nail polishes, the blushes, the eyeshadows, like these are all things that are just, like I said, getting older and needing to get used. So this feels like a good time of the year to do those types of products. And yeah, I'm excited to see what people pick for the nail polish. I might also put it up on YouTube, on my community, page thing, and do a poll. So it's a little more work involved in adding it on there than Instagram. So I will have to get to work on that. Yeah, that is what I have for you. So if you haven't already, maybe you'll subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when I update this project. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, but thank you just for watching it. Until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye! Pass me. Did you make a cover? I didn't make a cover. Ooh. Okay. Well, I guess I can hold a bunch of things because that is often what I have been doing. So I've got all this stuff. I've got cards I can hold up. Ah! And I'm going to somehow do this. The cards are falling.